What is going on, guys? Mikey Balls here. We're going to talk about swim baits. And swim baits are such a cool topic to hit on because it is such a diverse tool in your arsenal. You can do a million things with it. It's kind of like the Swiss Army knife of fishing. You know, you can fish it shallow, you can fish it weightless, you can put it on the back of your chatterbait, use it as a trailer for a swim jig. There's so many different facets to swim bait fishing, and it's such a versatile lure. But we're in summer, so one of my favorite things to do with a swim bait is to put it on a lead head, to get it down there deep, get it down there on the bottom for those fish that are potted up, chasing bait, kind of hiding from that heavy sun and that heavy heat. And in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how I rig that up, how to fish it, and basically how you want to tweak your presentation so you're getting the most out of your swim bait. So let's talk summer swim bait rig. You can see this guy, look at how chewed up that joker is, dude. So one of the best ways, and actually really versatile ways to rig up a swim bait for the hotter months is putting it on a lead head. Putting it on kind of a general darter style head is usually what I like to call it. You can also use a ball head jig, a little more finesse style if you have spots or smallmouth. But what's really nice about this is a 1/2 ounce and use all the way up to 1 1/4. I won't go 1 1/2, but 1 1/4 all the way down to say like 3/8 or so, all depending on your water depth. But you can really access a variety of different columns in the water, anywhere from 5 to 10 to even 20, 30 feet I've caught fish during the summer. So one of the things I'd highly recommend is you use a jig head that has that screw lock keeper like that. And you gotta remember, when you're fishing this bait, you're actually swimming it. You're making it look like a bait fish. So sometimes you're slow rolling it, sometimes you're speed reeling it. So you really don't want that bait to be slipping back and you have to reset it all the time because the name of the game in summer is efficiency. And what's really nice about this is even if I put it on, this is a 1/2 ounce weight right here, I can fish this thing in 10 feet. I can fish it on the surface if I see them schooling. I can really put it in a variety of different water columns depending on the speed which I actually reel the swim bait. So usually when you're fishing this swim bait out deep during those summer months, you're using a little heavier head. I like to use a bait caster when I'm doing that. This is a 7.3 medium heavy, so not a super stiff rod, but it gives me a little bit longer length for castability. It also has a nice little soft tip. So really, I look at swim bait fishing as kind of a heavy duty crankbait fishing. You really don't want to set the hook as much when you're actually fishing it and you get a bite. You really want that rod to load up, and having that little softer tip in your rod really allows you to do that, because a lot of times, just like when you're crankbait fishing, these fish will just suck up that swim bait. It's scurrying by, they see it and they react to it, but it's a little more subtle presentation than your hard bait or your reaction style hard baits. So today we found one of my favorite ways, and that's using my electronics. Basically, we identified a small shell bar that created an eddy in the current. These fish were down in 10, 15 foot, and we used that swim bait to get down there. And you probably saw one of the tweaks to my presentation was a few fast reels. You know, we'd slow roll it, and then all of a sudden go a couple times fast. And that was to get that reaction, to sort of mimic whatever the bait was doing that was down there and to sort of trigger them to bite. Not all days are gonna be like this though, so let me show you a little tweak, a little mod on your swim bait that you can do that'll get you a few more bites when you're struggling. So we didn't struggle today, but let me show you a little juice rig, a little sneaky Mikey Balls rig that we do. So you got your swim bait. Obviously this one's all chewed up, so we didn't need to do this, but what you can do is sacrilege, right? Oh, we just cut the tail off. So you cut the tail off your swim bait, and you can see that you got that flat little spot, and I think you know where I'm going with this already. You grab a little blade that has a little screw lock, just like that. And sometimes I do this actually when the water gets a little bit dirty. Today we had some really clear water, so I didn't really need to. But really you're looking either for a little more report from the bait, maybe a little bit of flash, but you'll take that blade and actually thread it in where your tail would be, and you're almost creating sort of a blade style tail. So check this thing out, dude. So what ends up happening is as you actually fish this thing, that blade spins and creates vibration and actually creates resistance that you can feel with your rod. And when you don't feel resistance, I highly recommend setting the hook. But it's a different way to set up your swim bait, give them a different look. You get that same forage mimicry, that forage representation, but with a little more vibration and a little more flash. So I don't care if you're gonna try the juice mod just like this guy, definitely try this thing, or throw it traditionally, just like this. You know, they mimic the forage that's in your lake, and here's exactly what happened right there. Go get your swim bait chewed on, go catch some bass.